Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is A-Train 9 version 3. Be quiet, everyone's asleep at the moment. I've done a little remodelling, so this bridge structure, what mayhem of a bridge structure, given that it's 4 separate bridges, was it was flat to the water previously, and I've kind of improved that a little. As we tour around the circuit of our track at the moment, yes, the time is running, but the trains are not. All the trains are currently bunkered up and waiting for instructions. Yeah, I basically went through the track and I fixed up all the places where there was any shared track at all. I just kind of, I took the sense that, okay, we're not going to run it so that anything can go head to head, because it just causes mayhem. The trains will run whatever timetable I set them, and what I don't want them to do is to just, gridlock, which has happened in, all previous episodes. We've managed to gridlock the trains at some point. Forgive the erratic camera movement. So yeah, so we've got, look at this. What a state. Shall I fix that? No, I can't be bothered. I'll leave it as it is. Yeah, okay. So we've got factories running in 2 places, and they're pretty much halfway round the circuit. And the theory I've got is that if I run enough trains in each direction, that they will distribute the goods for me nicely. So the first things first, let's set up some of these new places so they can actually grow. And I'm going to start with you, my friend. So let's just expand that out to there. Actually, it would be quite nice to have you running parallel to the track. So the roads that are built up around these new stations already are kind of computer generated roads. The AI has figured that out for itself. Thank you, AI. Very helpful for once. Actually, putting roads somewhere that's beneficial to the planet. Oh yeah, let's have a bit of an angular road there. Yeah, and obviously the land value around this area is going to shoot up once the area starts developing. Can we get across there without any drama? Yes, we can. That's what we like. Getting level crossings made in this game is tricky. Basically, you have to be entirely perpendicular to the thing that you're trying to cross, and that's not always straight. Can we do it again here? No. Go on, it should. Maybe it's just the other side of the track. This bit of road I built here is in a poor position, and it doesn't really give you feedback as to why you can't do it. Just that it doesn't want to. It's it's a stroppy teenager as far as track planning is concerned. And bridges, of which I've built a few, so road bridges to go over the top of track, they're fine. As long as you don't want the slope to go down in a hurry. So if you look at this sloping area here, it takes a while. Yeah, so realistically, I should probably have the simulation paused, shouldn't I? Let's actually do that. Right. So what I want to do is I want to build enough road to be able to get these guys starting with some epic city construction. Yeah, let's go mad. I've got cash in the bank. Yes, I've raided the stock market again. I am going to resist raiding the stock market every time I go, oh, I want to build some of that. My plan is to get services running. So both passenger and freight services running on this circuit, with depots at every one of the new stations, and then just let it build. And hopefully it will build up. So the only thing that I really need to place is more power, which is likely, while the game, just works on the noble task of making me wealthy. Nope, not having it. I don't want to do anything like that. That's horrible. What about here? Yeah, okay, that's still quite horrible. Yeah, so I'm just going to put down, enough starting track before the starting road before the land value starts to go, too epically out of control. I'm not building this with any care and attention. I'm just, getting it going. Right? Good. Thought it would be. Right. And a little bit out here. Nice. Some swanky beachfront property coming up. Oh, yeah, look at that. And any more? Yeah, let's extend you just over there. Right, smashing. Oh, I even put a nice kink at the end of the road. That's how little I care. Right, so then let's depot it up. Now, obviously, all of this that I'm doing is going to have an incredibly detrimental effect on my profitability, until such a time as I'm running, so many trains down here that you can't move for rolling stock and trains and what have you. Where's the best place? The best place to go is actually really right next to the station, but that's an incredibly high land value. I don't want to put it anywhere like that. Maybe we go with smaller ones. Let's put one there, and then I see, starting to think now. Let's put another one here. Right. Okay. So what the anything unloading there will go for whatever's closest. So it will fill them up. I don't imagine it will fill them up simultaneously for a second. I imagine it will pick one and then do the other. So let's do the next station as well. You will see the theory come to life momentarily. Let's road this one up as well. Yeah, if you're a fan of watching roads being built, you've come to the right place. Any chance? Oh, every chance. Perfect. Maybe we need to extend that one out a touch. Now, I'm already building in such a way that that I'm going to have to come on, keep a right angle in there. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. Nice. Like it. Smashing. Find somewhere conducive. Fabulous. What was I talking about? Oh, I don't know. Actually, I really don't know. My mind's gone completely blank. Okay, right, well, fine. So, I'm just going to bash through some road building so that these can build up. Ah, yes, okay, so I'm going to talk through what I'm going to do with my goods trains. So, historically, so in previous episodes, well, in the kind of the build that we've been running so far, the goods trains have operated out of a single factory that has obviously got its own station. I like that. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that'll do. Let's just take this a little bit further. Take it up to the corner. Yeah, so they've been running out of the single goods station at a set time every night, and placing stuff down, dropping stuff off, coming back again, going back out the following night. Pretty easy, very straightforward. Nothing particularly exciting about it. And let's put that there, even though that's an expensive way to do it. And then let's put another one. The reason I'm putting it there rather than against the track, against the road, is that I'm hoping this road has left enough space for some AI buildings to place themselves. That's the theory. Here's the next one. So yeah, so instead of all of the goods trains coming out of a single station now once a night, they're coming out of two, and I'm going to be setting them in opposing directions. You'll see how this manifests itself shortly after I finish tinkering here. This is how town planning is done in the real world, just so as you know. They put about as much care and attention into these things as I'm doing. That's why your commute every morning takes you 3 hours, when realistically, if you looked at the miles involved, I can't believe that made it across. That's brilliant. Although it did. Can you? No, I'm going to have to do some... No, that's... Oh, look, come on, you were doing it. There we go. Let's accept that. And then let's get the old geo out here. Just smooth a little of it. Okie dokie. Yeah, so instead I'm going to be running freight trains. Yeah, this is a really lengthy description for something that's not particularly relative. Yeah, so I'm going to be running freight trains out in multiple directions. Multiple directions? Both directions. Let's just go as far as there. Accept it. And then let's figure out how you want to connect up to this one. Just like that. Brilliant. And the trick is going to be whether the system I've come up with is going to work in the slightest, because it's not a sensible system. It's not particularly clever. Will you place up on a mountainside? That's a good place for it. Right, where's the next one? You look like you're already furnished, my friends. Where are we? Have you got a depot here somewhere? There we go. There's one there. Okay, I think that might be it. All right, let's get some freight trains on the go, and I'll stop waffling while trying to multitask, because as you can tell, that's really not my strength. And we'll get this running. Okay, so freight trains are running around the outside. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 4 there. So we've got 8 freight trains. Here's our first factory station, which has got 4 lines to load up. Oh yes. And then in the opposite direction, there's another 4 lines to load up. So as you can see, what we can do here is every night we can load up 4 trains at a time. This is where it's going to get exciting. Okay. Right, let's place this one in first. Do I want to be going that way? No, everyone drives on the right. Okay, that's fundamental. This is a train feverism that we're taking with us into this one as well. And I want the timetable assistant, and then let's unpause. Okay, let's take you down the right hand side. So let's take you down the branch. Alright, and we'll set a departure time of let's go 9 PM. Let's actually go on there. Nice. Right, smashing. And we'll say that there's no wait. If you set a 0 wait, then what you end up with is a situation where the train will only leave once. So even if it came back again before midnight, as we've got set here, it would not leave again. And we want to go weekdays plus Saturday. And that should be enough to sort us out there. Right, so that's the 9 PM service. We're going to follow it for a lap, okay? And you will soon see the system I'm hoping to employ. Get to 9 PM. Right, okay, so there we go, 9 PM. We don't need to do anything at the points, we'll carry on straight. We get to the next station, it's going to be a stop. And we will stop for half an hour. And we will just unload. Now, I'm not going to set for this one any kind of a rule with regards to how long it's allowed to stop for. No, because I needed to get to the other loading points. So it unloaded what? How much did we actually unload there? 3. Because the previous one, the depot was obviously relatively full already. And now we start to see the logic in the situation. We go straight, we set it to stop only, stop for half an hour. So it's still carrying 5 containers on here, each with goods on board. We unload again, we go daily again, which means anything left over, it will unload here. Right, so it's now empty. But in case it hadn't got rid of everything, we will do the same here. So we'll unload for half an hour. Off you go. Right, and then we get to the second factory. Okay, so with this particular train, what it's going to do is it's going to continually continue up to the next factory until it's got rid of everything. And as I've seen, as the stations have kind of succeeded more, is that sometimes they don't actually want any goods. So there's multiple places that they can want goods, and obviously the first ones on the trip are going to fill up before the latter. You know what I mean? Right, brunch. Go into here. Departure time of 9 p.m. please. 9 p.m. Thank you. Go straight. Load weekdays and Saturdays only. Everything good there? Yes. Continuous. Okay, so it now loads up. Now, obviously, that factory has refilled itself immediately. Once I'm running all the trains through here, that is not going to happen. Stop for half an hour. Unload, please. Off you go. Now, this is the one of the ones that I just built up, so it's dropped off all of its load there. It's going to come into here and say, well, you know, I've got nothing left for you, my friend, but you still have to stop for half an hour. That's, you know, that's just a law. Come on, there we go. Unload. On you go. Same deal here. Stop for half an hour. Unload. Why half an hour, you say? Why not just leave it to stop for 10 minutes? Because I've seen a couple of incidences where a train has stopped at a station and it had full cargo and it didn't unload. Same deal for you. Unload. And you think, well, hold on, it's now doing you know, a fair shake of your track here without ever. What am I thinking here? It's doing a fair shake of the track with no cargo at all. Isn't that quite wasteful? Initially, yes. Okay, we're done with the timetable system. So he's now going to wait there until 9 p.m. the following day. Ooh, is that problematic, I wonder? Interesting. Okay, right, that might be something I need to... Right, so we'll now copy exactly the same system for the next train, except... Yeah, we might as well. Okay, right, we'll place it down. Come on, place. In your own time. It's my time you're wasting. And I run this here railroad. Oh, come on, there we go. Go on there. Turn around. Timetable system. Right. So instead of going... Whoa, how did you end up on there? Hit the pause. Oh, this is ridiculous. This was supposed to be me showing off my expertise, and see how elegantly I do this. Remove that train. Let's put it on the right track. I'm sure you spotted that I was putting it on the wrong track. Why don't you say anything? There we go. Turn around. Timetable system. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Actually, did I even copy the... I meant to copy the... Okay. Right. Anyway, here's the principle we're going to apply here. Is with the second train, we're going to, instead of leaving at 9, we're going to leave at 10. Now, it won't. It will leave. It will try and leave at 10, but it will get held up by the train ahead of it. And this we're not set for 24. Don't reverse. Whatever you do, load up weekdays and Saturdays. Yes. Okay. Departure time. Again, I'm going to play by the theory here that over time this should balance out. So let's follow this for a circuit. No, carry on straight. Stop. 30 minutes, please. shed your load. And on you go. Stop. You get exactly the idea. So they're split just slightly in terms of their departure time. So you've still got one left. Aha! This is proving to point out nicely. Unload. Is that right? Yep. There we go. So we unloaded one there. Now that's not going to be much for dramatic. There we go. Stop. No, departure time. So you're a 10 p.m. departure. Come on. There we go. 10 p.m. departure. Yeah. Load straight. Weekdays and Saturdays. So this will now wait. If I'm lucky, I spaced these out well enough. If I'm unlucky, I didn't. But something occurred to me a moment ago, and that will be whether this train, what time are we now? 2 a.m. Unload. On we go. Can it get to the other end of the circuit by 9 p.m? It's now 9 a.m. I don't think it can. And that's going to cause problems. But it's not going to cause any. It's not going to cause problems. What it's going to do is it's going to be inefficient. Where are we? It's now 6 p.m. It's never going to make it. Never going to make it. Not a chance. Unload. So we're getting back now at 22:41. Okay, right. Well, actually, we can fix that. Yes, we do want you to go straight. Let's, instead of leaving at 10, let's leave at midnight. 1 minute to midnight. Is that going to be enough time for it to get in? Possibly not. Let's go at 1 a.m. Okay, that will fix it. So from this side, we go from 1 a.m. From the other side, we go from 10. Which means the other train, we have to set the departure time here at, let's go 1:04. You know, who's counting? Okay, there we go. Right, good. I can close the timetable assistant. You're quite happy. Let's go and talk to the other one. It's fine here. You already know what you're doing. You already know what you're... Yes, that's fine. It's only the other... It's the other factory that we need to set up. And you think, okay, well, that's all fine in principle, but surely some of these stations are going to never receive any goods with which to expand. Almost true, because in a moment I will show you what we'll do with the other side. Now, it was leaving at 9. I set the other train to leave at 1:04, so this can now leave at 23:39. It's got time enough for this to work. There we go. It took off pretty much straight away, but that's fine because it means we won't have a queue. Dropping 2 off at the next one. Ace. Okay, that's now working as intended, although where's the other train? That's interesting. The other train should have left as well. Okay, we'll close the timetable assistant on that one. Oh no, here it comes. What are you doing? How very strange. Let's follow it. Because once I've got this working, we can then replicate that, which should occupy the other side of the track. Why are you still there? Why haven't you left yet? I've probably got the timing on the other train wrong. because these two should be synchronized. Now, given the speed at which the day ticks past, there will be some weirdness incidences. So, for example, on that corner, it could take the other train an extra half an hour to get round that corner, simply because it has to travel over more track. Let's follow our friend here. Except, of course, it's not, because they're both going down the same track. They just pull into a different siding when they get to the station. It's timetable assistant, this bad boy. You can get through here. Right, okay, here we go. Right, now we did say 104. What time is it now? 23:08. There you go. It took off at 104. Everybody's happy. Okay, well, let's close the timetable system. Right, so now what we do is we want to copy that one onto this one, and then copy that one onto that one. Right, so now we've got a duplicate of each train, and if I've got this right, and I'm not convinced I have, anyway, let's place you. Yeah, it's alright, I'm going to fix it. Turn it around. They should space themselves out. Simply by no, what have we done? Copy that, and paste it onto this. Simply by the fact that I can't get both trains in the station at the same time. Turn you around. There you go. Right. Now, if I got this right, this should mean that there's never any snarl-ups. So let's have a quick check over this one. There's one returning. Ah, he didn't get back in time. Who's that? That'll be this one. Let's slow it down. Slow it down. Right. Departure time of 21:20. No, you appear to have you don't appear to have remembered anything about what I was trying to get you to do. I need you to leave at 1 AM, I think. I said at 1 AM till 2 AM. That should work. Weekdays and Saturdays. All right, okay, there we go. Interesting. Okay, so that's got a flaw in it, which isn't ideal. And now it's not going anywhere. Well, it's a Sunday. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere on a Sunday. All right, let's see if this works now. There you go. Go 100 times speed. And what we should see is 2 trains in, 2 trains out, and no trains waiting. That's the. There we go. Train waiting. Something's wrong. And it's number 1 that is causing the dilemma. Alright, I think we're just going to follow it round, aren't we? Alright, okay, look, let's push you to 2 AM and you know, that should buy you everything you need there. With a 5 AM latest, because whatever this one's doing, number 3 is going to basically replicate that. I haven't checked an extra timetable assistant. This bad boy, please. Straight load. I haven't pressed something extra that says no, wait until, you know, the cows come home before you take off. Departure time, yeah, that's fine. You've still got a 104. Oh, okay, so me tweaking the station was doing nothing there. Alright, let's set it for 204. And then let's set that for kind of 3 a.m.-ish. It shouldn't make a difference, but let's see what actually happens here. It's Sunday, so nothing's going to happen anyway. There we go, we're on to Monday. Whew, 300 times really does make a difference. Right, onwards. Right, straight. Yes, fine. Not... no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Unloads. Splendid. Right, you're going straight, which is perfect. Leave at 10 p.m. Yep. In hot pursuit there. And obviously, because the other train waits for half an hour, that creates all the gap needed for these two to run exactly the right amount apart. Yep. Right, now we've got a 2 a.m. departure coming up. It's now 10 p.m. .204. Didn't make it. Okay, right. Close timetable assistant, open timetable assistant, 204, let's go 30. 309, yeah, take it. And go. Actually, I don't need to follow you, you should just work. Right, let's do the same with this one. 30 something. 314. Yeah, let's do it. Because it's got plenty of time to get to the opposing station. It's always made it with time to spare. In fact, let's just check it round. I know this stop-start stuff's a bit annoying, but it really does save you repeating. There we go. So here we go. Straight in. And we're leaving at 10. Which is great. And should get us in before... Well, actually, where are we? We're on Saturday, so we're actually not going to learn it. Well, are we? No, we're not going to learn anything here anyway. But as long as it gets in before 3, whatever it was, that I set it to leave, then I think we've demonstrated that this will work. There we go. So 3:14. Just about made it, I think. Alright, let's keep watching this station and see if it still creates a queue. Don't know about you, it looks like... Oh no, it missed. Interesting, why does it miss on one day but not another? Okay, I'm going to take some time to get this right. I think you see what I'm driving at here, is once this one's done, we then set up the trains going in, so we set up another 4, going in the opposite direction. Now, they never share tracks, so that shouldn't ever cause us a headache. But the upshot means that all stations around the circuit should receive goods over time. And if we look at one of the, just to finish off, if we look at one of the kind of up and comings, as you can see, that just took a nice chunk out there to build some lovely looking building. There we go. So we're getting goods turn up at this one, which is great. What about the next one? Next one's a factory, which means that this one's building up. Actually, this one's building up really nicely. Well, there's some, got some towers already going there. We've got almost 2 full depots at this one, which is fabulous. Alright, on to the next one. So far, not received anything. Oh no, I tell a lie. There we go, we got 4 in. I mean, that's enough for it to get started. It'd be nice if it had a bit more. There we go, there's some more. That'll be enough for someone to build a house. Build a house! Thank you very much. Right, I've been Colonel Failure. Tune in next time. I'm going to get the timings working on this one, and then I'm going to get the timings working on the reverse loop, because you don't want to go through another episode of this. I mean, not unless you're clinically deranged. Yeah, so tune in then, and we'll do the next step, which is passenger services, which I'm going to run a heck of a lot of. All being well. So, thank you very much. Leave a like, leave a subscribe if you've not done so already.